Imagine this. It's 1948. World War II is over. America is booming. And people need trucks. Real trucks, not just old farm haulers. Ford steps in and drops the F-1, the very first F-Series pickup. Not just a truck, a legend in the making. Sleek, strong, and surprisingly modern for its time. And the crazy part? It came in 3 versions, F1, F2, and F3, each built to handle more work than anything before it. Today, we're diving into the very beginning of Ford's pickup empire, the bonus-built trucks that changed everything. Let's rewind for a second. Before 1948, pickup trucks were, let's be honest, basic. Most were just modified car chassis with a bed slapped on the back. Comfortable? Not really. Durable? Somewhat. Reliable? Only if you didn't mind constant repairs. Now, think about post-war America. Soldiers coming home, cities rebuilding, industries expanding. Farmers, builders, and small business owners needed trucks that could haul, work hard, and survive the toughest conditions. But Ford saw a bigger picture. They didn't just want to make a truck. They wanted to create a series that could dominate every task on the road or farm. And here's the twist. The first generation F-Series was called bonus built. Why? Because Ford promised more strength, more capability, and more durability than any previous truck. It wasn't just a marketing slogan, it was real, and it changed the pickup world forever. Now, let's talk design. And yes, this is where the F-Series really stood out. First glance, you notice the clean line, the upright grille, and that classic Ford badge proudly displayed on the hood. No nonsense, no fluff, just a rugged, strong truck ready to work. The cabin. Surprisingly comfortable for 1948. A bench seat that could fit 3, a proper steering wheel instead of a tiny handle, and a dashboard that made sense for everyday driving. Not luxury, but practical, functional, and tough. And the bed, wide, durable, and built to haul everything from livestock to lumber. Even today, you can see the quality in the steel panels. They were meant to last, and the F1, F2, and F3 versions, each one could carry progressively heavier loads. The F1 was your standard versatile truck. The F2 stepped up for heavier work, and the F3, a beast for the toughest jobs. Fun fact, Ford even improved visibility with large windows, a thoughtful touch for farmers and city drivers alike. Back then, not everyone thought about ergonomics, but Ford did. All right, now let's get to the heart of any truck, performance. The F1, F2, and F3 came with sturdy inline-6 engines and a flathead V8 option. For 1948, this was massive. Power ranged from about 95 to 100 horsepower. Nothing compared to today's monsters, but in the late 40s, that was plenty. These trucks could haul, tow, and tackle rough terrain without breaking a sweat. And here's the kicker, reliability. Back then, most trucks would break down constantly, but the F-Series, it was built to last. That's why these trucks became instant favorites among farmers, builders, and business owners. People trusted them, they worked hard, and they looked tough while doing it. So, how much did these trucks cost back then? The F-1 started at around $1,385 in 1948, a significant investment but worth every penny for durability and versatility. The F2 and F3, designed for heavier duty, were slightly more expensive. Competitors? Chevrolet and Dodge had their pickups, but Ford's F-Series offered more strength, better load handling, and a more modern design. People quickly realized this wasn't just another truck, it was the truck. The F-Series created a standard that others tried to match for decades. Now, owning a first-generation F-Series today? That's rare and, extremely special. Only a handful of well-preserved F1s, F2s, and F3s exist. Collectors treat them like treasures because these trucks aren't just vehicles, they're pieces of history. Imagine driving one. The engine's rumble, the manual gearbox, the simple but functional interior. It's a direct connection to post-war America. And every F-Series built after 1948, it traces its roots to this very first generation. Without it, there would be no modern F-150, no Super Duty trucks, no legacy of America's favorite pickups. So, does the first-generation Ford F-Series deserve legendary status? Absolutely. It wasn't the fastest, the most comfortable, or the flashiest, but it was strong, reliable, and revolutionary. The F-1, F-2, and F-3 were the trucks that started it all. Next time you see an F-150 rolling down the highway, remember, it all began with these bonus-built pickups. Tough, simple, and built to work. Want to see the full evolution of the F-Series? Watch the complete video. Link is in the description.